Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my group reading for the week of August 9th through to the 15th. Many of us are experiencing some pretty crazy weather. Things are getting really hot in some places, abnormally cold or wet in others. We have lots of energy still at play, and to top it off, we have a meteor shower that's getting to its high point, where you're going to be able to be more impacted and see this amazing phenomenon. The Perseid meteor shower reaches its highest point or greatest impact on the 12th of August. Now don't worry, I do have a separate video for the Perseid meteor shower, and it should be released in the next couple of days. However, this week is going to be impacted by all these pieces. Again, this week we're highlighting that positive, high vibrational energy in overcoming any of those external obstacles, any of those global obstacles, and of course, all those individual obstacles. This week, the decks I've chosen are the Spiral Tarot and the Enchanted Map Oracle. And like always, there are links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Now this week, my selections, I have Selenite, Healerite, and Auralite. I want you guys to quickly choose whichever crystal resonates with you right now, and then head below to the description box. There you're going to find a timestamp for each crystal. Click on that timestamp, it will take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there. Hello and welcome, my Selenite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the Oracle and the Tarot cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what this week holds for you guys. What can my Selenite friends expect from the week of August 9th through to the 15th? Kind of crazy that we're almost into the middle of August already. Even though we're really struggling with many things, we're still having that ability to see time fly so quickly for us. And yet, we need to take it slow and steady. Taking that time, slowing down, and most importantly, enjoying the summer. Before you know it, even though you may be having some crazy weather and the energies are even more fluctuating, taking that time, enjoying that sun, getting some fresh air. Before we know it, the weather's going to turn and it's going to be harder for us to get out. There's not going to be as much daylight. We're going to feel a little bit more stuck and wanting to hibernate within our warm homes. So this week we're looking at slowing down, engaging with our environment, engaging with our lives, and enjoying this time. Forward planning is fantastic. However, we have to live in the here and now rather than the what ifs or what should have beens. Let's look at this week a little bit more for you guys. What does the beginning part of the week hold for my Selenite friends? Oh, sorry. The Let It Go card. The Hangman. Are we getting a bit of a theme here, guys? I think we might be. Letting go of those preconceived notions, those what I have to do's, those what ifs. releasing those reins, taking that deep breath, and asking the universe to give you that guidance, to take the driver's seat so that we can enjoy what's happening. We are starting off with that slow down on day one. It's not a build up, or it's not one of those things that we should do periodically through the week. This is going to be your overlying aspect for the week. And we're starting off with the Hanged Man. That letting go, taking that deep breath, letting your shoulders fall back, standing up straight, and embracing what's right in front of you. Now the Hanged Man is the 12th card in the Major Arcana. The Slow and Steady card is the 12th card in the Oracle deck. In angel messages, when you have that double 12, the angels are telling you that this is a time of spiritual growth and awakening. The more we're able to embrace our here and now, the more we're going to be able to embrace this amazing growth opportunity that the week is offering us. There are many rainbows. There are many beautiful aspects that we need to embrace. And how we're going to do that is by slowing down, taking those blinders off, and seeing what's truly in front of us. Let's go into the middle of the week. What does the middle of the week bring? My Selenite friends. The Two of Pentacles, the quintessential balance card. The more we're able to take that time, slow down, like I said earlier, take that deep breath, the more balanced and centered we're going to feel. We're going to be able to embrace that amazing growth opportunity, that amazing stabilization, because when we have that centered, grounded space, we feel stable and more able to allow those roots to thicken and flourish. Now we're starting to see a bit more of a play on numbers here. 12, 12, and 2. So in angel messages, when you have that multiple 2, the angels are telling you to keep the faith and don't give up. It may seem a little hokey to say, oh, this week I have to slow down. You'd be amazed at what it is you're missing. Those messages, those symbols, those amazing, well, rainbows. There's so much to experience. It's not about getting to that finish line. It's about enjoying our experience, enjoying those around us. Let's go on to the end of the week. What can my Selenite friends expect from the end of the week? The Nine of Wands. We've got a better understanding. We feel more stable. We have that amazing fortress that we're building, that backbone, if you will. We have that amazing foundation. We've been kind of letting go and experiencing this week. That's been reinforcing that foundation, that backdrop that helps encourage us forward. We don't feel vulnerable. We feel more invigorated to take on those next aspects, those next pieces. Not only just take them on, but incorporating them into our everyday, embracing them with our passions and our creativity. This let it go and slowing down, this invigoration, will help us not only overcome any obstacle that we're going to face in the next week. However, we're going to also find that it really charges us up. And we're more able to overcome the obstacles that the rest of the year is going to throw at us. Last year, I started doing some mapping of the year in October. I started seeing that this was going to be a foundational year. This week very much reinforces that foundation and that very clear message of how important it is. Now, in the middle of the week here, on Wednesday, we're looking at that amazing meteor shower hitting its highest and most powerful point. You're going to find that that powerful point and that message that the Perseid meteor shower is going to share with you, it's going to help bring in that balance. It's really going to reinforce that balanced state within you. Like I said in the introduction, I will have a video coming out for the Perseid meteor shower. However, know in advance, whatever message that has for you, it's going to bring that balance. You're going to feel more able to, juggle those balls. So the end of the week, we're really looking at that invigoration. Your inner fire is going to be charged up and ready to take on those next pieces, whatever they may be. So let's look at the challenge that we're going to have to face this week, shall we? What challenge will my Selenite friends have to face for the week of August 9th through the 15th? The Ace of Wands. Aces are that gift. That wand is your inner fire. I always associate the Ace of Wands as that match. It's just about to be struck and it's going to engulf in flames. It's going to engulf in that amazing passion. We're going to feel a little bit lackluster this week. We're going to have that invigoration at the end of the week. However, at the beginning of the week, we're going to feel a little bit lost because we're slowing down. We don't have that willpower, that conviction to push ourselves forward. Everything's about that slow, steady pace. You're going to feel that that Ace of Wands gives a little bit of a fizzle. Because when we talk about slowing down, what do you do? How do you fill your time? How do you redirect your mind from those very important pieces, those goals, those aspirations, to, wait for rainbows or look for rainbows or those messages? You're going to feel a little bit lost. When you start to slowly adjust to that release or that slowdown, you're going to find that it rejuvenates you. When you are in that go, go, go mentality, we miss out. We know that. We have those blinders on and we're running forward, many times blindly and wildly. This time is about that rejuvenation. It's about connecting in with self, healing self, and giving yourself that time to enjoy the here and now. So when our ego starts to push, because it will, this rejuvenation and healing reinforces and encourages that growth and evolution, which are, very sinful words, if you will, for your ego. Your ego is going to scream at you that you have to get things done. You can't take this time off. Yes, there's going to be things that we need to do. However, the more time we're able to get outside, enjoy the sunshine, take those deep breaths, redirect our mind from the I gots to do to Wow, look at this amazing sunrise, sunset. Look at these amazing flowers, the growth, the vegetation, the whatevers. You're going to be amazed at how the world is a beautiful place that can enrich and nurture us. And that's what this week is about. We have to be mindful of what our ego forces us or spoon feeds us as important. Critically think about it and look at it. Give yourself this time this week, because you'll be amazed at how invigorated you're going to feel at the end of the week. So let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my Selenite friends embrace for the beginning of the week? Follow the leader. Such a fantastic card. That slowing down, that playful, rejuvenated energy. Many of us played Follow the Leader as kids. We also used to play with the fairies, the unicorns, the woodland animals. Take that time to invite that back. Those high vibrational beings, those spirit animals that we used to play with are still there. We haven't asked them to join us. One of the ways that we can let go and start this week off with a little bit of corny, zany fun, take a walk with those spirit guides, with those animals, with those fairies and gnomes. Let loose. Enjoy that experience. Sometimes reminiscing and going back really helps us reconnect in with where we need to go. Then off to the middle of the week. What blessing can my Selenite friends embrace for the middle of the week? Into the unknown. Yeah, some of this is going to feel very foreign to us because we've been conditioned to focus in on those goals, being very task orientated. Like I said, those passions, those goals that, match is going to feel a little bit more flimsy in our hands, giving us that uncertainty. This card very much feels to me like the moon energy, that unknown, which can be very scary, but yet very magical. Even though we're feeling very balanced, that uncertainty and our ego is going to be screaming at us. What if? How can we do this? Taking that time, taking those deep breaths, and embracing all that this week offers you, plus all that the Perseid media shower is going to, again, offer you. We are only offered energies, opportunities, and experiences. It's up to us to, engage in them. Now, the Into the Unknown card is the 7th card in this Oracle deck. And when you're looking at the number 7, it can be a challenge. However, it's a lucky number. It brings in that victory when we engage with it. And that's very much that magical, that very exciting energy that this week is offering us. Again, we have a hidden rainbow behind her. It may be a little bit harder to see. We have a rainbow here. Rainbows have been, in some cases we've had freak rain showers that brought on rainbows. However, Archangel Raziel has been hard at work. He helps us with our journey in our spiritual path. So many of us are finding that connection and seeing ways that we can start to realign ourselves back in accordance with our soul's deeper and more meaningful purpose, which is going to bring in a lot more abundance and fulfillment than what path we're currently on. All right, let's go on to the end of the week. What blessing can my Selenite friends embrace for the end of the week? Metamorphosis. Very much in accordance with that invigoration. We're going to see things alter and shift as we slow down. We're gaining that insight. We are embracing those amazing opportunities that this week is offering us. And the more we're able to slow down, calm our mind, and embrace this energy, the more shifting and changing that we're going to see. The more amazing shifting that's going to occur. That metamorphosis is really going to start at the end of the week. It's something that we're going to see build up throughout the week, and it will continue into the following week and weeks to come as we take that time for self and embrace those messages, that guidance, and of course, taking those opportunities. Taking that time, slowing down, offers you a lot more opportunities than running through life like a bull with its butt on fire. We miss so much. So we're going to end off with any final insight and wisdom that we can offer my Selenite friends for the week of August 9th through to the 15th. The Ten of Cups. Such a beautiful card. The Ten of Cups is one of the family cards. Tens are about endings and beginnings. That cup, that intuitional and emotional energy. The Ten of Cups talks about that importance of being open to the encouragement, love, and nurture of those important people around us. Whether they be from our birth family or from a family that we're creating on our own. Additionally, and this is very important, we're also looking at the guidance, nurturing, and love of our astral family and those high vibrational beings. We have a tremendous amount of support that many of us are not open to or accessing because of our ego and because we feel, unable to. This slowing down process will help us feel more able to be aware of those messages. And for those who may not know, when we're talking about wisdom and insight, it's not like a conversation that you have with your best friend. It's pieces, pictures, symbols that come forward, smells, feelings. It's our interpretation of those messages. Our language is so rudimentary. Some high vibrational beings and our astral family really struggle in, dumbing things down for us. They share their insight through symbols and messages that we need to interpret. It's why there's such a wide variety of interpretations. Taking that time and slowing down will help you to be able to start to work with and understand those symbols and messages that they're sending you. And if you don't feel quite right with that interpretation that you come up with, ask for clarification. They'll offer it to you and share it with you. Again, you do have to be open to that validation, not only in that ego sense, but also in that message sense. We need to keep our eyes, ears, and senses open to what is being shared with us. We're going to add to the twos, the Two of Cups. This card really doesn't talk about that relationship aspect with other people in this reading. This card highlights the importance of balance within ourselves and our connection with our own higher self. We all have both masculine and feminine energies within us, no matter what gender we identify with. That relationship with self and that balance aspect within ourselves will go a long way in our understanding of the messages that are being shared with us, and that embracement of the metamorphosis that we're going to start at the end of the week. The more balanced and in tune we are with ourselves, the more we're going to be able to get out of this week. Finally, the Four of Wands. Fours are a foundational number. That wand, again, we're about that passion, that inner flame. The Four of Wands is a rite of passage card. And that's very much what we're going to feel near this end of the week. We're going to get pieces and aspects that didn't make sense to us before, because we are seeing that bigger picture. And when I say that, it's not a big picture, my friends. We have such a very small, minuscule view of a big picture. However, for us, we have a better understanding. And that's really what this slowdown is going to give us, is that better understanding of ourselves and of where it is we want to go. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of those tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Selenite friends. Hello and welcome, my Healerite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for you guys. What does the week of August 9th through the 15th hold for my Healerite friends? Into the unknown. Yes, it does. Very much reminds me of that moon energy, that uncertainty, that unknown. Yet when we take that deep breath, we get our courage screwed up and we take that step forward, that beauty, that amazing energy envelops us, nurtures us, and encourages us forward. We're going to be asked to stretch and, well, get get outside our comfort zone a bit here this week. And that's going to help us. It's going to help us start to tame our ego even more than what we've done so far. This stretching, this dipping our toe into the unknown will go a long way in invigorating us and stepping into our power and stepping in to what we can do and achieve. So let's look at this week a little bit. What does the beginning part of the week bring, my Healerite friends? The Four of Cups. I love this rendition of the Four of Cups. It takes a very, Renaissance type twist to what the Four of Cups has. But we have that mundane, is this it? Feeling about our lives. I even enjoy, so you have this, for better tense and purposes, a housewife looking at these cups that are on an ironing board. She's like, is this it? Is this all I have? Is this all that I'm supposed to do? We're missing that picture, that piece, that aspect that's going to really invigorate us, bring us that fulfillment and joy that we so need. Now, no matter what's happening, and this week we're looking at going into this unknown aspect. No matter how scared or how dark things may feel, there are always beautiful rainbows and amazing opportunities offered to us. And that's exactly what that fourth cup, that Holy Grail, is offering us. Yes, it may be foreign to us. We are missing aspects and pieces that are vital for us in our journey, bringing us that connection and fulfillment that we need. And of course, because it's not something that's already in our mainstream lifestyle, it feels unknown, it feels scary. Know that even with that unknown, we're looking at 4 here. And 4 is a foundational number in tarot. This unknown will add that missing aspect in peace that, like I said, brings that joy and fulfillment. And when you have joy and fulfillment, abundance comes with it. Let's go on to the middle of the week. What does the middle of the week bring, my Healerite friends? The Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a rest and rejuvenation card. Yes, we are tapping into the unknown. We're asking ourselves to stretch and put our toe into something that we may not feel as comfortable or have ever recognized as norm. This week, especially in the middle of the week, it's about that time for self, building up and rejuvenating us. The Four of Swords, that rest and rejuvenation card, talks about that need for giving yourself that time to not only understand and process what's happening, but to give yourself that spiritual and body rest. Now, we've got multiple 4s here, right? Swords and Cups. When you have that multiple 4, the angels are telling you to focus on that foundation and ensure that you have that grounded sense throughout your week. Both are very vital in helping us forward. That foundation will help us feel more stable, and that grounding energy will help us feel more able to take on that unknown and more able to connect into that restful energy that will invigorate us forward. Now, in the middle of the week, Wednesday on the 12th. That's when we have the height of the Perseid meteor shower. I said at the introduction, I will have a video dedicated to the meteor shower. However, that message, no matter what it be, is going to reinforce the need of or support you in that rest and rejuvenation. That rest and rejuvenation really is essential, connecting in and embracing the energy of the unknown. What about the end of the week? What does the end of the week bring, my Healerite friends? The Nine of Wands. From that rest, that connection to the unknown, we're going to have an invigoration that's going to drive us forward. It's going to help give us that foundation and that support, knowing that we've got a fantastic support system behind us, whether it be physical, spiritual, mental, that we've created behind us, and that foundation is only going to support us in jumping off to what we need to do next. Nines are about all that hard work that we've done, all that we've achieved, and we have a lot of it, my friends. We've overcome much. Now it's time to get that passion involved, get us invigorated and inspired into the following weeks and months ahead. So let's look at the challenge of the week, the head part. What challenge will my Healerite friends face for the week of August 9th through to the 15th? I love how this guy looks like, yeah, nothing's going to stop me because I got it going on. And that's very much the energy that we're going to feel near the end of the week, where we're going to have a little bit more understanding and a lot more excitement as to what's to come. The Seven of Swords. Now, the sevens are a bit of a challenge number. However, they are a lucky number. The Seven of Swords is kind of a funny card. It talks about getting away with more than what we should. That time when our ego puffs itself up for protection and we are ego driven. Now, this card supports us on a number of ways. One, it talks about that ego driven space. I told you, we're looking at the unknown. We're looking at stepping outside our box. Well, that box was created by our ego. So our ego is going to try and protect itself in any way it can, swelling itself up, misdirecting and misleading you away from what is being offered. Another piece is that it's going to try and slow down this progression by showing you don't need it because it's not being truthful to you. That puffy fluffiness isn't the core self. It's not who you truly are. We need to be mindful of who we are versus our ego's puffy fluffy lies. Your ego wants you to stay very contained, whereas the universe and your higher self wants you to step in to that unknown and embrace those amazing aspects that we've been missing. Now, obviously, as you can see, we've got the Seven of Wands and the 7th card in the Oracle deck. When you have that multiple 7, the angels are telling you that you're on the right track. Keep going. So the 7s are a bit of a challenge, and yes, we can get over it. We can push ourselves past this fluffiness, especially when we take the information and we'll sit with it. Be okay to sit with the information. We don't have action cards here. We have that reflection and an understanding that we're missing something. Something doesn't seem like it's finishing off our puzzle. We have a rest and rejuvenation card. And the Nine of Wands inspires us. It doesn't tell us to get going. Your ego is going to tell you to get going. It's trying to get away with more than it should. Sit and be with that information. Sit in that discomfort a little bit and reflect in on why you have that discomfort. What's at the heart of that discomfort? You're going to find that resistance. You're going to be able to start to work through it and heal it. So let's look at some blessings. What blessing can my Healerite friends embrace for the beginning of the week? Coming apart. I'm sure a lot of us are feeling that right now. There's so many energies at play. We're feeling overwhelmed. Stuff isn't going as we had planned. We feel like we're missing out. We feel divided, and we feel that there's two halves of us. The half that we truly are, and the half that the ego has created. It's time to start to align and see what parts are serving you and your greater good versus what parts are holding you back. And this into the unknown, this missing piece, will bridge those two pieces for you, those two aspects. And that bridge is really going to bring in those aha moments, and it's going to give a little bit of discomfort because it's going to have some reality checks for us. And in some of those reality checks, we feel discomfort because it's directly opposing our ego. Sit with that discomfort. Like I said, reflect into it. What information can you gain from it? What blessing can my Healerite friends embrace for the middle of the week? Gentle gardener. Taking it easy. This is not a race. This is not a shifting, shake 'em up, rattle, roll week. This is very nurturing, restful, and kind of, enlightening. Yes, we're going to have that inspiration forward because we're going to understand more. We're going to get it. Be gentle with ourselves. Give ourselves that time for rest, rejuvenation, and most importantly, healing. When we start to work with that healing aspect, we start to be able to realign who it is we are and what is truly important. And if we're really feeling very discombobulated and very torn apart, my suggestion is to start this week with some meditation, bringing both spheres of your brain into alignment, because that's what meditation does. It brings your two halves of your brain to work together so that you can be open to those aspects and opportunities that the week is offering you. It's vital that we're open to those messages and guidance so that we can start enacting it. We don't have to make a lot of shifts this week. We're just looking at that understanding and caring for self. Like I said before a couple of times, we're dipping our toe into the unknown. We're not diving in head first. Dipping our toe in, receiving some guidance, most importantly, nurturing and loving ourselves. What about the end of the week? What guidance can my Healerite friends embrace for the end of the week? Encouragement. Like I said, you're going to feel invigorated. You're going to feel like, yeah, this is starting to make sense. Yeah, I got this. Yeah, you know what? I feel better and more able to take on what's to come. Not only take on any of those challenges, but embrace the experiences that your life is offering you. Because it's in that experience that you're going to be able to gain the most fulfillment and joy. So we're going to end off on any final thoughts and wisdom that we can share with my Healerite friends. The Ace of Pentacles, such a beautiful card. Aces are a gift. That pentacle, growth, and abundance. This very much is a foundational week for you. You're able to plant more seeds, more opportunities from that unknown, and reinforce that amazing foundation that you already have in your life. We're not talking about tearing down your entire person, because that entire person has many amazing gifts and abilities that they use throughout their lives. It's using those positive, supportive aspects to your advantage to encourage that continued growth and development. Now, we also have the Ace of Swords. Whereas the Ace of Pentacles talks about that growth and development, the Swords, that knowledge. Those aha moments are going to come forward. They're going to start in the beginning of the week. However, we're able to gain further guidance and epiphanies throughout our week as we start to rejuvenate and heal ourselves and gain more inspiration. Those aha moments help to connect the dots that, well, we started to plant sometimes a while ago or just recently. Now, obviously, we do have the double aces, so the double ones. In angel messages, when you have that multiple one, the angels are telling you that you're attracting the energies that you're thinking about and putting out into the universe. So focusing in on that positive rather than the melancholy, focusing in on what is true rather than false. And most importantly, focusing in on those amazing rainbows that are all around us. The higher our vibration, the higher the energy that we're putting out, the more we're going to attract that similar energy back to us, which will only again invigorate us and raise our vibration. And finally, the High Priestess. She's the most intuitive card in the deck. The more we're able to give ourselves that time for self and healing, time for self and reflection, the more we're going to gain that insight and wisdom of the universe. We have a gatekeeper here. The High Priestess is the gatekeeper of that universal wisdom. She's very much connected into that moon goddess energy and will share her wisdom and insight with those who take the time. Take that opportunity to slow down. And again, that meditation where you're functioning from the highest point you possibly can in a high vibrational space, the more knowledge that you're going to be able to receive. Those aha moments can start on day one, especially as we take that time to reflect in and dip our toe into that unknown, because she has that wisdom of the unknown. That unknown is known to her. So the High Priestess is the second card in the Major Arcana, and we have the second card in the Oracle deck. In angel messages, when you've got that multiple 2, the angels are telling you to keep the faith and don't give up. And most importantly, it's time to listen to our intuition. And that intuitive skill starts with that meditation and reflection. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Healerite friends. Hello and welcome, my Auralite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the Oracle and the Tarot cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for you guys. What can my Auralite friends expect from the week of August 9th through to the 15th? Home. What a beautiful card. That connection in those important individuals, that generational support, and in some cases that very foundational support of a home. Many of us are finding solitude and security, and most importantly safety within that building. However, home is a lot more than that. Many people who work away from that home base or where they grew up bring that sense of home and connection with them. And it's that sense of home and connection that this week is really going to highlight and nurture. No matter where we are in the world, we're connected, and we can bring in those energies that we so need. And that foundational, supportive energy of home is such an important piece when we're dealing with such chaotic energies and, well, situations going on throughout the world. Let's see what this week brings you. What does the beginning of the week bring, my Auralite friends? The High Priestess. She's the most intuitive card in the deck. She's a gatekeeper, the gatekeeper of knowledge. And the only way we can access that knowledge is through our higher self and through that intuitive energy that is all our own. Every one of us has the ability to access and use our intuition for our greater good. during the beginning of the week, we're going to be given opportunities to start to strengthen that intuitive energy and skills. Intuition is a skill, just like bike riding. You had to practice a lot to learn to bike ride. You need to practice to connect in and utilize that skill for your greater good. And of course, it can be connected in to the greater good of many. What about the middle of the week? What does the middle of the week bring? My Auralite friends. The Two of Swords. Twos, of course, we're looking at that balance, that choice. The Two of Swords talks about that need for making a choice with conflicting views that both could be right. Taps back into that intuitional skills and your abilities. Now, the Two of Swords always has that blindfold. And the blindfold usually covers not only her physical eye, but her third eye. And it's your third eye that you need to really be mindful of, because it's in that third eye that we house and is a symbol of our intuition and those clairs that help give us meaning and understanding to our intuition. These connections to the higher vibrational beings and the universe help give us a better sense of home. It's been a while since many of us have been connected into that universal energy. And that universal energy is where home is. We chose to be incarnated. And it's in this choice that we made that we needed to experience and learn. We're kind of getting a little bit homesick. We didn't even know it. This week gives us opportunities to rebalance and reconnect in to that home universal energy. It's only going to strengthen our resolve and support us in inspiring us forward. Now we do have double twos. High Priestess, second card in the Major Arcana, Two of Swords. When you have that multiple two, the angels are telling you to keep the faith and don't give up. Most importantly, listen to that intuition, that whisper in the back of your mind. It's going to give you a lot more direction than that screaming ego. So let's go on to the end of the week. What can my Auralite friends expect from the end of the week? The Four of Wands. Fours are a foundational number. That wand, we're looking at that inner fire, that inner passion. Now the Four of Wands is a rite of passage card. And this is very much a rite of passage. This rite of passage is very unique because this rite of passage helps us to connect in deeper to who we are. This rite of passage is a rite of passage of ourselves. Because the more connected we are to that universe and that universal knowledge, the more we're able to understand ourselves and our journey. As we take that time to reflect in and sit with this amazing energy that this week is offering us, and during the middle of the week here, that's when the Perseid meteor shower is at its height. We have some amazing opportunities and energies that are offered to us this week. It's going to help us reconnect into this universal energy, help drive us forward. It's up to us to take that time and engage with it, sit with it, help us understand how it impacts our lives. And that's the work that we're looking at. I said we're going to be able to draw in and amplify that energy, just like you do if you're working away from home or when you're away from your home base. We're drawing that energy in and down towards us so we feel stronger and more able, and most importantly, more connected to self, to take on the challenges that are being presented to us. Let's look at the challenges this week. What challenge will my Auralite friends face for the week of August 9th through to the 15th? The King of Swords. Now, kings are the most fully developed personality of the suit. That's sword, truth, and knowledge. Now, the King of Swords is a very, uptight, stringent, and strict individual. He doesn't have emotion. Swords lack emotion. It's all about that knowledge, that right and wrong. He's not going to like the fact that we're looking at taking that time and spending a lot more time in connection and balancing ourselves out. There's routine, there's structure, there's stuff we got to get done. And our ego is going to scream it at us, drowning out that higher vibrational, intuitive energy. It's going to be about that balance. Got two of swords there, that balance. Yes, we need to meet the demands of every day. However, just as important, we need to meet the demands of ourselves. Bringing in that connection so that we have the support and nurturing from that higher vibrational home sense. We have the ability to drown out this king and your ego through love and light. And please do not fall into that easy slip of negative self-talk and badgering ourselves. It's not what this is about. Flood yourself with that loving energy of the universe. Nurture yourself. Give yourself that time for yourself and for meditation. It will help bring in that balance and give you a better ability what's truly important and how to best go about engaging and embracing all that this week has to offer you. Let's go into some blessings. What blessing can my Auralite friends embrace for the beginning of the week? Deep freeze. Many of us have put our intuitive and psychic abilities on pause. As kids, we were told that we were crazy, that there weren't fairies and unicorns, we weren't dancing in the fields with gnomes. Our parents and adults had lost touch and grip with what they used to do as children too. They lost touch of that home energy that we're so desperate to connect in with right now. It's time to let things defrost and thaw a bit. Know they're there, and it's going to take a bit of time. This week does not give you the tools that you're going to need to switch everything on with one click of a switch. We need to take that time for self, gain the understanding and know-how to access these tools when we need them. I never encourage my clients or students to tap into their intuitive skills or their clairs under the influence of alcohol or non-prescribed drugs. I want my clients and students to be able to tap into their amazing abilities on the fly. they don't need to have that drug. They don't need to have that alcohol to relax them. You have the skills to be able to do it whenever you need. We just may have to let things thaw out a bit and start to grow again, just like they do in the spring. What about the middle of the week? What blessing can my Auralite friends embrace for the middle of the week? Bone Collector. It's a bit of a creepy card, I know. Bone Collector is a very important message though. The Bone Collector talks about having all that we need within us and around us. We don't need that excess. The high vibrational beings are really reinforcing that notion that you've got this. It's time to trust in our abilities, trust in that guidance of the high vibrational beings. Start to connect in. Start to reach out and utilize those abilities that you haven't utilized in quite some time. You don't need that extra pieces. You just need you and some time to connect in. What about the end of the week? What blessing can my Auralite friends embrace at the end of the week? Making a choice. I love this card. We have the free will to make the choices that we need. That's why the high vibrational beings can't just come in and do it for us. We need to make those choices. We need to experience what we want and what we need to. So yes, we could choose that experience of light and love and open that door and experience what that door has to offer. We could also be a bit afraid and we may have some reluctancies. And that's okay. If you look at this door, it's not as bright. There's not as many trees. But there's still some amazing opportunities and experiences. They will lead to the same spot. They just take you on different paths. Neither one is no more correct than the other. They're just different experiences. You will get to where you need to be. It's just some of the experiences that we're going to face may have a little bit more of a thunk than others. Doesn't make it less right, just means you're going to learn the more challenging way. But you're going to learn it nonetheless. So know that you're not going to make the wrong decision here. There is no wrong decision. It's just how you're going to go best about learning it and what you need to experience right now. Some of us might not even see two doors because our vibration isn't high enough. Some of us have to take that same door because we haven't raised our vibration high enough. Know that they both lead to that same area, to that same utopia that you want to go to. They just have different means of getting there. So let's end off on any final insight and wisdom that we can share with my Auralite friends for the week of August 9th through to the 15th. The Death card, the 13th card in the Major Arcana. We need to release things that have been slowing us down, that have caused this deep freeze. Those ideas, those beliefs that this is crazy, that you can't do it. And that's a big one. You can. And no matter what you think, you're going to be right. So if you think you can do it, you're going to. If you think you can't, Guess what? You're not. That state of mind is important. And the Death card is here to help relinquish and release some of this negative thoughts about self and abilities. A perfect thing to do this week, especially with that balance and that connection. I did a meditation a number of weeks ago with Archangel Uriel about our gifts, about connecting in to that passion. This meditation will help to degunk some of these limiting thoughts of self and all that you can do. There's a number of meditations that I've completed with the archangels, and there's much more of those to come. I've kind of got a lineup, got a bit of a queue on archangels that want to do meditations. They can see the value in it and how it's supporting so many on an ongoing and repetitive basis. You can go into that playlist. I have a link below to it, and you can really just connect in, whichever one connects and resonates with you. Click on it. It's 30 minutes. You can revisit it as many times as you want and continue to work on that healing, helping to degunk and, well, connect into what you brought. Connect into these amazing abilities that we have. The Chariot, the 7th card in the Major Arcana. We've got another balance card. Now, the High Priestess has balance. She has, and it's hard to tell in this card because it's kind of a gray color, but in the original card, she has a white and black pillar, similar to the fact that the Sphinx, that the Chariot have, white and black, that yin-yang balance. We've got balance in the second card in the Swords. Balance is essential. Balancing out where we direct our energies, but also having that inner balance of masculine and feminine goes a long way. No matter what gender you identify with, we have both aspects, and that balance is going to be essential for us. The more balanced and stable we feel, the more we're able to embrace and engage with not only this week, but our lives. That balance is an essential foundation that we need to start to embrace and incorporate into our everyday. The more balanced we feel, the more we're able to push ourselves forward. And that's really what the Chariot's about, using that willpower to push yourself forward and conquer whatever challenge faces you. Right now, we need to focus in on that balance. The more balanced we feel, the more inspired we are to move forward. The Six of Wands. Now, sixes, they're about balance and harmony. Do we get a bit of a picture here, guys? Come on, balance. Balance is your word of the week. Actually, I can say it's actually the word of the year. It's one thing that no matter what we're looking at, the social injustice, the virus, the energies of the retrograding planets, balance is essential. Now, what's more with the Six of Swords, talks about that victory. The more we're able to work with ourselves and engage and work in the here and now, connecting into that amazing universal energy, the more we're going to be victorious, bringing in that fulfillment and that joy, which brings with it, hold on to it, abundance. And that abundance in all aspects, including financial, goes a long way in really encouraging us forward and raising that vibration. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of those tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Auralite friends.